What's going on, guys? We are back with week 2 of the Whole Foods Keto Challenge, and we got another Whole Foods recipe for you today. We are making salmon with a coconut lime curry sauce. Really great. We've been making this frequently, except we usually make it with chicken, although I think it's a little bit better with salmon, but you can substitute any meat, whatever you have on hand. It's a really quick, once we get going, it's kind of fast and furious, so you got to get stuff prepared beforehand. So, couple cloves of garlic here. Get these minced up a little bit. I like to do more of a coarser cut for the garlic. And then we also got some ginger here, and I'm just gonna grate some of this out, about 2 teaspoons worth. And I always keep the ginger in the freezer. It stays fresh for a long time and it's easy to grate. That looks good. Then let's go over the rest of the ingredients you're gonna need. Some of these you might not have. So we got coconut aminos. This is comparable to soy sauce. A lot of people use it as a soy sauce replacement, although doesn't actually taste anything like soy sauce. It's like sweeter, not as salty. We also have some coconut milk, which we use a lot. This is a good replacement for dairy. If you're doing the Whole Foods Keto Challenge, we've been using a lot of this. And then this is something you're gonna have to look for. It's usually in the ethnic foods aisle at the grocery store. It's red curry paste. It's kind of just like a combination of some chilies, garlic, and a bunch of spices, some lemongrass, and a little goes a long way. It's pretty spicy. So if you can't find this though, you could just use some other form of like Asian, Indian hot sauce like sriracha. Sriracha usually has some sugar in it though, but just something like that. And we are gonna get our skillet heating to a pretty high temperature, like medium high. And what we're gonna do with our salmon here is quickly sear it on each side and then pull it out. And then we're gonna get the sauce going so we don't overcook the salmon. So here are our 2 salmon fillets. These are about 6 ounces each. And we have skinless salmon, although I think it's a little easier and better with the salmon with the skin on. We just couldn't find that. And we're gonna be using avocado oil. And important for your salmon not to stick, get the oil up to temperature. Make sure it's hot. Add a couple tablespoons of oil, let that heat up. And I'm just gonna season the salmon simply with salt and pepper. We can place the salmon in. Okay, so this is gonna be quick. It's just gonna be a minute to a minute and a half on each side. And I'm gonna get some other stuff going while we're waiting. So this is coconut milk, and there's the cream rises to the top. You've probably heard that expression before. There's water in the bottom. And I like removing the water if it's a recipe like this where you want the sauce to be thick, you don't want it to be too watery. So I'm gonna remove the water. You can see it's pouring out there. There's probably a good 1/4 cup of water in each can, maybe even a 1/2 cup. And it's okay if you get a little bit of stickage because that's actually gonna add flavor to the sauce. So we're gonna pull that off, and you can see, look at that. You can see it's still very raw. So I like my salmon pretty rare to begin with, but we're gonna cook this longer. You wanna make sure you don't overcook it in the first cooking. Just wanna get a little color and flavor going. We are going to add our garlic and ginger right in there. And turn the heat down a little bit at this point, more to a medium low. And you wanna scrape up the salmon skin. Let that go for just about a minute. Now we are gonna add a little bit of this curry paste. You can use as much or as little as you want. I like it to be pretty spicy, so I'll do like 2 teaspoons. Get that in there, toasting a little bit too. Now we're gonna add this full can of coconut milk, just the cream part though. And we're also gonna add our coconut aminos, about a tablespoon. And this dish is gonna be a nice combination of sweet and spicy, exactly what most people are looking for when they're cooking up like an Asian dish. And turn the heat up now, back to like a medium high. And I almost forgot a very important ingredient, lime juice and zest. So we have a small lime here. Get the juice going in the sauce. And I'm gonna get some zest in there too. You should probably zest before you cut the lime in half. Okay, so that's our complete sauce. Now we're just gonna add the salmon back in and let it cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. Salmon does not take very long to cook. So get that going. You can spoon it on top too. Yeah, so just give it another 3 to 4 minutes and it'll be done. Okay, so I flipped the salmon once. It's been in for like 3 or 4 minutes now. And it really is tough when you cook salmon in like a curry preparation like this to get the salmon cooked sort of rare. So let's see how we did. And then you got all this sauce. Pretty thick, as you can see. You could thicken it up a little more, let it reduce more, add some sort of thickening agent to it if you want. I'll pour a little bit of that on. Now, if you want to make it look like the picture, you can do some garnished cilantro, jalapeno, lime zest, lime wedge. So let's see the doneness we achieved here. Total cook time on the salmon was probably like 6 or 7 minutes. That's pretty solid. I'm happy with that. Let's give this a try. Whoa! Lime pops out a little bit, just freshens it all up. Coconut is really like the background flavor. You get the spice, not too spicy. You could double the amount of spice I added and it still wouldn't be super spicy. I think because there's so much fat from the coconut milk, it kind of cuts through the spice. Definitely get the ginger. You get the garlic. I think it would probably be a little better with soy sauce as opposed to this. Soy, just a lot of people like avoiding soy when they're doing keto. But this works well. Coconut aminos, you can usually find this in health food stores and you can almost find it in all grocery stores these days. Sometimes in the ethnic foods aisle, sometimes in the health section. But overall, guys, great recipe. Give this a try. The family will love it. The blog post on how to make this, all the ingredients, step-by-step instructions is linked below in the description of this video. KetoConnect.net, that's a food blog. We got tons of recipes like this, desserts, snacks, all that type of stuff. So check that out and thanks for watching, guys.